This latest attack is the third such shooting of Australian troops in 6 months by a rogue Afghan soldier. It comes just 10 days after 3 Australians were killed by another member of the Afghan National Army. This time, 3 Australian soldiers have been seriously injured.
I stress that there is no simple one-line explanation to this incident or the previous incident. This is a highly complex issue, and there are many factors at play which will require further examination and analysis.
This latest incident occurred at night at a remote patrol base in the rugged Charmiston region northeast of Tarin Kot. The rogue gunman opened fire on Australian and Afghan soldiers using an automatic weapon and a grenade launcher. 3 Australians suffered serious injuries. 2 of their wounded Afghan allies are in a satisfactory condition. The Afghanis still at the base have now been disarmed, while an investigation tries to establish the reasons behind the attack.
It could be personal grievance, could be religious ideology. Don't know, no indication.
A hunt is now underway to apprehend the rogue soldier who escaped capture by fleeing the area in an Afghan army vehicle. The Chief of Defence says intelligence gathering will be reviewed in the wake of these attacks, but analysts acknowledge that at the end of the day, there may be no evidence of an orchestrated campaign behind the string of incidents.
It could be entirely random, and look, that's an explanation that's hard to accept. There's been 3 of these attacks now this year, over 10 Australian soldiers injured and or killed, and it's very hard for us to accept that this might just be the kind of horrific random acts that occur in a war zone.
It's due to friction. It's due to differences between Afghan soldiers and coalition forces. You're dealing with Afghan recruits or military personnel who are being recruited from the lost generation.
The Prime Minister has just returned from visiting Afghanistan. She says these incidents will erode the trust and confidence of our forces stationed there.
As distressing as these incidents are, as dreadful as these incidents are, our mission in Afghanistan does need to continue.
The job that the Australian soldiers that have been injured and killed in over recent days is a critical job on the path to Australia's exit from Afghanistan.
But while the government and opposition say Australia needs to stay the course, the Greens believe it's time to go now.
A democratisation of Afghanistan in the model of Australia is simply a pipe dream. The Afghani people have to be left to work through their own configuration, their own culture, their own history, to determine their own future.
The Greens plan to press the case for a troop pullout when Afghanistan will be the subject of a ministerial statement in Parliament in 2 weeks' time. Nick Grimm, ABC News.